right, fool? Shit. Let it be known then. Circle tight, little.
I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah. Can I see my phone and I'll let you know?
Yeah.
It was, I think, the 13th.
No, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got. Oh, here we go. Y'all ready? Did you get us? Are you in like Flynn? You're not in there, huh, Jerm? Huh?
I'm in there.
Hell yeah. Oh, who's that? No. You ready?
See?
2 Cents Podcast.
What up?
What up? Another day, another dollar. You know how it goes? Oh, shit. I'm high. Damn. I'm feeling violent. Another day, another dollar. What is it? The last Thursday of the month? Yeah, last Thursday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're gonna have a pretty cool show today. We're talking with some artist who painted the mural on Main Street for the Vegas Nights, which is pretty cool. Showing some homage. You know what I mean? And first off, you know what I gotta do? I gotta ask Daze, how was your week?
My weekend was sick, dog. It was kind of random. We were like partying on Fremont all weekend, and right here at the studio.
Oh, cause you couldn't, huh?
My primo came down from that day, and we were just fucking around. It was sick. It was funny. It was just random, dog. But other than that, it was cool. Printing up some shit. I made some new hats for the brand.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
Other than
That's
that,
tight.
it's
That's
kinda
tight.
Same old, yeah.
Yeah, painting, doing the thing, you know. Did you finish over there? Did you go painting over there? That spot yesterday?
No, I didn't go yesterday. So yesterday I went, and then I came and I got there, and then I realized I left the paint here, and I had literally just left from here, and I was like, fuck that, I'm not driving all the way back, so I'll just go tomorrow. I think I'm gonna just go tomorrow, Friday.
Tomorrow never comes, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's dope.
I'll get it done.
I'll get it done,
I'm not
dog.
sure.
In a week from now. Me too. I've been lagging it on this other spot over here.
I know. I passed by today, and you raced up on the Las Vegas.
I did.
What happened?
Just wasn't right.
Shit, yeah.
It just wasn't right. No, you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta erase it.
I seen it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta just erase it. It was there, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't uniform. It wasn't right. So, I don't know. Did you guys erase? Come back to it.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, like when you do a
Like if
mural
you're doing
or
something and
yeah.
like it just didn't work right or something, and it just.
Yeah.
Do you take it back to zero ever?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't like, because what happens, I feel like I keep tinkering with it and then I just mess it up more.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just like going back to ground zero and then just starting over again. You know what I mean?
Something that another artist told me, Brent Holmes, was you have to learn when to stop and just when to leave it alone and walk away. Because like you said, sometimes you just keep going and fucking around, and then you fuck it up.
Yeah. It's like a writer's block, like the equivalent to a writer's block. You know what I mean? But all right. Well, hold on. I'll let you guys introduce yourself one by one. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too ahead of us. I know we started conversating, but you can go introduce yourself, or however you want to do that, or what.
Yeah. So my name is Melody Gallegos. I've lived in Vegas since 1995. I just started painting, maybe like officially painting and officially calling myself an artist. I've been an artist my whole life, but didn't feel comfortable till maybe like 3 years ago. But yeah, that's
all right.
That's me.
And what about you?
You want to say your Instagram name and all that?
Oh yeah, my Instagram name is Melody Gallegos.
Oh yeah,
so it's yeah.
If you didn't know, right?
You didn't know, yeah. It's at Melody, and Melody is spelled because I always get Melanie, so it's Melody like music, Melody. And then this is gonna get a little bit long because my last name is a little bit confusing. It's Gallegos, and it's G as in George, A as in Apple, double L, E as in Edward, G as in George, O as in open, S as in Sam. So that's my Instagram. Yeah.
All right. For sure. If y'all didn't get it, Melody Gallegos, Instagram.
We'll tag her.
Yeah, we'll tag her.
My name is Juan Ochoa. I'm also known as Latin artist and just a guy who loves to create.
Sorry, Papa, I didn't see that.
You can't see your face.
Yeah. You were like, "Where's Waldo?" Like we were trying to find him and shit. I couldn't even see the homie.
Where's my forehead?
Yeah.
No, I just love to make art. I've been doing this like close to 3 years now, and yeah, that kind of sums me up.
All right.
I'm Justin Garcia, aka Comical_702 on Instagram, and I've been doing art or murals for a year, and I've done 5 so far. And to go from the Wheel of Misfortune and then more than a year later to be on national television on the news is fucking crazy. But
well, I mean, it's that's definitely
A huge jump.
yeah, for sure. So that's good.
from the underground to national TV. But
Right.
art, just something I've done like very little of growing up, and then just the past 4 years, I slowly but surely did some like drawing, some paintings. Then I wanted to do graffiti, so then I went to Wheel of Misfortune, and now I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that. Like, so, but all you guys, like, just like, you guys were sleeping, you woke up and were like, I'm gonna paint. I'm not like paint necessarily, but like draw or something artistic, or like, it wasn't just like that. Like, what were you doing?
So for me, I've always kind of like just drawn my whole life.
Okay, so there you go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Like, where'd it come from? Yeah. Well, and then my older brother, I always wanted to be with my older brother. Like, I admired him so much. I always looked up to him. And he was actually a really great artist as well. And he knocked out some really great pieces during high school.
oh, tight,
And
tight.
I wish he would have pursued it, but he didn't. But now he's a very successful barber. But
Still works
I
with his
kind
hands.
of,
like,
yeah, exactly. Still being creative,
Yeah, yeah.
and I just like I kind of stuck with it. And unfortunately, like back in my day, like I was getting really good towards the end of high school, but then everyone was always like, you know, oh, you're never gonna make money, and oh, you're not gonna do this.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Yada yada. And so I unfortunately listened to those voices, but then, you know, 3 years ago when the pandemic hit and COVID.
Everybody's creative side came out.
Yeah, like,
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you. That's the only good thing you did, right?
Yeah, like I got COVID and I was like super scared, and I was actually thinking like, what am I gonna regret? And because I would still draw here and there, but I would only show my friends like, look at my sketch, you know, and that's
Yeah.
it, you know. And so I actually thought about that, and I was like,
You were thinking about your bucket list, and you're like, what should I do? You
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
I don't want to regret. Or,
yeah, what am I gonna regret? What's this?
Yeah, yeah.
And that came up. I was like, wow, that I never got to show the world like my art. So after that, like I would kind of just like some of my favorite artists in town, like Jerry Misco, Recycled, like I kind of just would go up to them and be like, how do you guys do this? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going, like how do I do this? What do you have to do? And they were just like, just do it, just throw it out there in the world and
Yeah,
just do it.
You got to put yourself on the right frequency. You know what I mean? The frequency of doing that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What about you?
So
Latin.
I said that I wasn't good at art when I started. I was terrible at it. Very bad.
I come closer to the mic.
Just leaning back because I'm relaxed.
Oh yeah, we're soft spoken and shit. You know?
Yeah,
We're
he's
like,
super
hey yo, what up?
soft-spoken.
You know what
I'm a
up?
little
This
too
is
relaxed.
Yo, what up?
ASMR.
Right?
Suavecito.
How you doing?
Suavecito.
Right?
Go butter to your ears, people. No, I mean I was terrible at it. It's not a good artist. But that was just when I was young. I came from a family of artists. My mom was really good. My brother was good. My cousins were good. And I was bad. So whenever I got made fun of for being bad at drawing, it just made me like think back, like, damn, I'm surrounded by all these people that are good and I suck. So I'm just gonna try to get better. And it's just started off out of a thing of spite. I just wanted to pretty much just make these people stop making fun of me because I didn't speak English and I only spoke Spanish. So they're making fun of me in a language that I don't even understand, but I understand that they're making fun of me. So
Yeah.
It's not a good
I
situation.
know enough.
Like they're pointing and laughing at me. It can't
Yeah.
be good.
Are they smiling or laughing? Right? No, yeah, for sure. But I mean, like that sounds like you know the story of the ugly duckling.
Ugly duck.
Well, you know, like everybody thought it was all ugly or this and that or whatever, and later on it ended up being like a swan, right? And like
Yeah.
blossomed out,
Yeah.
and the ducks were like, oh yeah. So you know, like
Didn't know you had it in you. Kinda.
Yeah.
right, well, yeah, because you know the ugly duckling would be like sad and this and that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a metaphor story or to try to have
Redemption story.
a redemption story.
Yeah, that's a
Is
good
that
way
what
to
it
put
is?
it.
Yeah,
So
it's a
all the
redemption
ugly
story, homie.
ducklings out
Ugly
there,
duckling.
I believe in you.
Right? Well, I mean, it just wasn't never a dub. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
Well, you never
now
know,
I'm
you
high.
know.
I'm going too far. You know what I'm saying?
Pull out
It
the
wasn't
phone.
really a duck, dog. It was a machine. Right?
It just
It had
looked like a
cameras for
duck.
eyes and
Yeah.
shit. Nah, I just. Let me get some more.
What about you, Justin?
Oh wait.
Or were you done?
Well,
Sorry.
he kind of. That's what made me kind of ask that question because based on what you said, you know what I mean. Like, you did kind of say, oh, I hadn't really been doing that, or.
Yes, so like like from what I can remember, like as a kid, I did like a few drawings, but very rarely. In high school, went to drawing class. It was all right, and then also, I remember at that time, like I would like finish quick and it'll be all right, but my teacher kept telling me, pay attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went back into art in my early 20s, I started to keep that to.
Are you in your late 20s?
Mid 20s?
Oh, okay.
So I so I
And he
kept
makes
that
it
in
sound
mind.
like so long ago.
Right. I'm like, mid and early is like, damn near.
They're pretty.
Right.
You only round up and down. You don't round to the middle. You know what I mean? So.
but so I kept that in mind when I was doing art again, and then it did help out a lot. And then also, kind of how like Juan said, I had like people in my family that were artists. Like my older brother, he's really good at drawing. I try to get him out here sometimes, and then also there's pictures of my grandpa doing murals at on his house here in
town?
Charleston. Yeah, in Charleston. So like
Who's your grandpa?
Julio Vargas.
Oh, okay. I was thinking somebody else, but okay. Because
But,
I know somebody else that's an old school candidate.
But he would do murals on his house. So like,
Yeah.
that's why it was like big for me to be on Telemundo, because I wanted my grandma to see me,
Aw.
do murals
Yeah.
to make the news and all that. So that
Aw.
So you were just using them? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
no, but
For a good cause.
Hey, grandma.
For a good cause.
but
Look, mom, no hands. No,
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
but like recently, like getting back into art, for whatever reason, like to get the inspiration for art, just constantly thinking in my head like visions and getting creative ideas, mix matching ideas, and then it keeps building from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to. I have a
18 minutes a day.
determination to put this shit on paper.
Right,
That's
right,
good.
right.
Yeah.
So for maybe somebody tuned in recently or right now, but this is some of the artists that helped paint the mural, came up with everything, painted the mural on Main Street. So that's what I was gonna ask.
Think about that to do
Right,
that.
right. I was gonna say, who's the mastermind behind
Yeah,
it?
how did that come up?
Yeah, I gotta take credit for that.
That's something you gotta say,
it was
you
a
know?
good idea. It just hit me. They had just won. It was the night when they had won.
The finals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Championship?
Yeah.
And it was just like resting in my head, like I gotta do something. I was just doing edibles, chilling in my room, and then the
Oh.
idea struck. It's like they don't have a mural. It's something that's gonna be iconic. If
Yeah.
I'm the first one to call dibs on it, I'm essentially paving the path for more
Yeah.
murals of the Golden Knights and that big of a representation out
Yeah.
in public.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be indoors or anything like. I seen people post Golden Knight murals and like businesses, residential, but
But it wasn't for the
outdoors,
people.
We want it for the public.
Yeah, yeah.
We want it for everybody to enjoy. And I knew that came with a big sacrifice. One was I'm the one who has the idea, so I have to execute it. I gotta find the resources. I don't have the wall, so I gotta find out who can give
Yeah.
me the wall. It's gonna cost a lot of money, so I gotta put in some of my own money, some of my own materials, and still go out and see if I could venture out and find people who are willing to sponsor us. Which
Yeah.
honestly, we're very lucky that we did get sponsors.
Hell yeah,
And-
hell yeah.
Do you want to give a shout out to the sponsor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
shout
shout
them
out
out for
to
sure.
New World Graphics. They're the ones. They were actually no. The first sponsors was from Marshall Management Co. And they're the ones that donated us the wall. They're the ones that also donated us around half the supplies. Then from there came New World Graphics, which still helped and contribute because we were still in a lot with expenses that we put in. And then Innova Technologies. They're the ones that helped out at the end. But honestly, their help still contributed a lot to this. So thank you to all of you guys who made this possible. And again, this was not just me. I had the idea. The execution really came through the people around me who helped contribute to this.
Shout them out. The other people that ain't here.
Yeah, so there was obviously 6 artists in total, including all 3 of us. The other artists are not here. Is
Fuse?
Ambris
Vincent?
his last name, or is it
Orlando,
Yeah, so
right?
Orlando Ambris. On his
Yeah.
Instagram, he is Ambris
Orlando.
_. Orlando.
So Orlando.
And that boy can ride a bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We have Vincent.
He's like, I'm gonna go for a ride. He goes like from here to Mount Charleston and back. And
Yeah,
he's like,
"Oh,
what up,
that's
dog? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the homie's fucking sick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. The homie's
Yeah. And then we have Vincent Galeno, who goes by Fuse _ 865.
865.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
give
yeah.
you guys the tags and everything.
Mhm.
And Sarah Godbout as well. So yeah, without the whole team, like we
Yeah,
How
couldn't
many
have
days from
made
the
it.
championship to the deadline did you guys have for that? Or it just was that actually like an event to display it to them, or how did that all come about? You know what I mean?
What were you
Just-
Does
asking?
that make sense?
Okay, so
From the day they won the championship
Yeah.
to the day that Sunday that you guys broadcasted and.
Well,
it was like
Saturday,
an
did you guys finish on Saturday, right? Because
Yeah,
our
we
close to
finished-
Saturday,
Well,
because they had the event on Saturday.
90%.
Yeah.
They had that little parade or
Yeah.
festival
Oh,
thing
it was
on Saturday.
presentable.
Yeah,
Saturday.
it was
So, yeah.
presentable on
Yeah.
Saturday.
And then, you know, by then, I believe they like, you know, it was getting noticed and things like that. So,
So it was from the parade, pretty much. Still the parade you had, or
So I just had the idea, and
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
just
I'm
an
gonna
idea.
go out there and I'm gonna try to knock it out within a week or two, because I knew
Right.
the project was gonna be massive.
yeah.
right.
And then a day or two had passed, and then that's when the city had announced that in 2 days there was gonna be a parade.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So then by the next day in the morning, I just went through the list, all the contacts that I had, all the people that had given me a wall and a location,
Yeah.
all the people that had sponsored materials and everything. And I was like, okay, this is the best location that we have. We actually talked about it in the other day before. We were going.
Yeah,
to
I was,
spot.
man, I just had some other stuff that I wasn't able to come and do that. So, but yeah, we did talk about it, like,
Yeah.
cause there was some other people there that, like, you know what I mean? You got a wall because you put the message out, and I was like, yeah, I want to jump on. So we had another wall, and that wall you told me about. I did think that wall was, the roof was further out. I don't know why I did, but it only had like a little baby gap like that. I seen it.
Yeah.
But so you know, yeah, it was like, damn, it was like, it was dope that. Sorry, hold on, man. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I got lost because of brain fart. I was thinking too many things at the same time. We did talk about it. We talked about it in the
Yeah.
alley. I think it was the day before
It was
the show,
before
right?
we started the painting.
Yeah, the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the day before, because you guys went. Yeah, it was Thursday. I seen you. Friday, Saturday, you guys were done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fast.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
started like Friday at 2:30.
Yeah, 2:30. It was like about half an hour or 45 minutes of just prepping, like
Yeah, yeah,
scraping
yeah.
off like chipped up wood. It was beat up from the wall,
Yeah, yeah,
old
yeah.
paint, brushing it off, cleaning up the streets, then setting up tarps, sketching out the design.
Mm-hmm.
That took like close to half an hour to an hour of prep work.
Yeah.
And then from there, once we had the design in, that's when Justin had just showed up. I gave the design to Justin, gave it to Melody, told him like you could start blocking in colors.
Hey, you know, some
start
people
chopping.
don't even hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but like some people don't realize like some stuff or things of this, that. Like, there's a lot of prep work and a lot of other work outside of
Yeah.
just like, bing,
Yeah.
it's done. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, because if you would have went straight at it with like a shitty surface, anybody who leans on the wall, if wind happens to pass by, it's gonna pick up all those old paint chips.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
gonna be so many gaps in the painting that it's not gonna last.
yeah, I got a big ass stick with a fucking razor blade on it. It's
Just
just-
like give it a nice
Yeah.
razor cut, like
Yeah.
a barber, just fucking.
no, it's a
shaving
scraper,
down.
dog. It's like it gets all the extra, like,
Take off the stubble, man.
yeah, for sure.
Gillette smooth, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out there on Friday from 2:30 to like almost 10 o'clock. And then
That's fucking, you know what? The weather wasn't bad though.
Yeah, the
The
weather-
weather wasn't bad, huh?
For those
Yeah.
2 days,
Because
it was
fucking-
good,
Yeah.
man.
Because
well,
right now, that
Saturday
motherfucker's
morning was
bad.
hot.
Yeah.
Saturday morning was hot. So then,
But not that windy though.
yeah,
That's what
it
fucks
wasn't that
up.
windy,
Yeah.
but we did. I told him like, you know what? Let's just go home, rest up, because we really did try to have it all done before the parade, because I wanted to go to the parade.
Yeah.
Like,
Wasn't happening and shit.
yeah, I was like, we gotta get this done, and then.
No compromises.
Yeah, Orlando actually.
No compromise.
Orlando stopped by Friday and we asked him, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to work in the morning at 3 a.m." And so then we all went home. You know, Friday night. We showed up at 9:30. I think you showed up later. And then Orlando showed up right after work with his like construction stuff.
Everything. He didn't even change.
Yeah, and
That's
he
nice.
helped us out. Got on the ladder, we spray painted everything on the top, and then shortly after, Fuse came by, like knocked out some letters, and we were just. And then Sarah came by later on towards the end of the day, and we were just so grateful for everyone, like super grateful.
Yeah. And
Okay,
it was organic how it just came together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was dope. It was a brilliant idea, bro. I didn't tell
Thank
you
you,
this
man.
shit like it. No, it was. That is, it's a brilliant idea. I already knew as soon as you said it. I was like, damn, yeah, he's right there. Like I seen it. I just, but the next day, right, Sunday, that's when the news came. Did they hit you guys up? Did you guys hit them up, or how did that happen?
So so actually, I
We
work.
ran into them.
Yeah, well, I work for a t-shirt printing company,
Mm-hmm.
and my graphic designer actually designed a really cool Elvis shirt for the Vegas Golden Knights. So I don't know if you guys have seen that. So shout out to Isaac Palestino. And
Shout him out.
he designed it, and then one of the news, I think they follow each other, I'm not sure, from Channel 13, saw his work. He wore the shirt, and he's like, hey, I want to interview you.
Gotcha,
He
gotcha.
came out, interviewed him on the spot along with my boss, and then the following week when we won, they came back again because we had printed the World Championship
Gotcha.
shirt. And then when we were at the parade, I ran into him. I was like, hey! I was like, guess what? Go check out this wall we just made downtown. And he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, Tyler just told me about it. He's like, we'll set something up. And Sunday
Sick.
night, he texted me. He's like, can you guys make it here at this time? Like, we want to interview
He probably
you
sent it to
guys.
his boss, and when they were like, yeah, go ahead, run it.
Yeah.
Right?
So then, so he told his boss, and like Monday around, what time was it? Like 11 or something, or 10? We went
It
to
was
the wall.
early morning.
Yeah, and they interviewed us, and then
From there, it was
from there,
fast
yeah,
with
it
the
just,
city,
like-
the news. Fox 5 saw us when we were doing the interview.
yeah.
They stopped by. They gave us their info.
Mhm.
While we were eating food just across the street, Fox stopped by again to do an interview with the locals. And then from there, it was
Yeah.
just getting phone calls from Channel 8,
Yeah.
from all these other different news. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen him.
like,
I
no
drive back
control,
down.
It just fucking
Yeah.
came at us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I drive down Main Street all the time, bro. Like, I stay around right here, but so like every time I pass out, somebody's passing, they're getting it in.
Pictures,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's always that. That's dope. It's dope. It's
Yeah.
majorly dope.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because like on Tuesday we got to interview with Fox 5 and Telemundo.
Yeah.
And we were, after they left, we were all just chatting, and I got a text message, and I actually, like, it was an unknown number.
Oh, this is Telemundo in English.
in Vegas. Oh, this one.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like in South America. Telemundo.
Yeah.
This is Telemundo English, right? You know, right?
Yeah.
Well, they speak Spanish, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so, like,
Uh-huh.
during that time, like, I got a text message from an unknown number, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then I looked at it later, and I was like, wait a minute. And it said, hey, this is Nate, and Abel gave me your phone number, who's from Channel 13.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to let you know that we saw the mural. I showed it to Mark, and he wants to meet you guys. And I was like,
Who is it?
Mark Stone, the captain.
Oh, yeah,
of the,
yeah.
the captain
Okay,
of
I'm like,
the Vegas
cool.
Golden Knights.
Yeah, no, Stone's dope.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only players left, right? That are like,
I think
originals?
there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
6 of them, and they just traded Riley Smith, which sucks. But
Yeah.
yeah, and so it was crazy. I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then I showed it. I think you were next to me, right?
oh, so you got the
Yeah,
text
I
from
got
Stone.
the text.
Oh,
Not directly from Stone, but from his
Oh,
marketing.
not just
Yeah.
that.
The team, though.
The
Yeah.
team reached out.
And
Oh, okay, well,
he said he loved it.
The
yeah.
rep or something, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were supposed to originally meet him Wednesday, but then that didn't go through, and then Thursday went through, and it was just
See?
Yeah.
See?
like,
Oh, man, that's tight.
Oh, well, getting
the-
him to come up and sign it?
No, because when we seen each other in the alley, remember we were bouncing,
Oh, yeah, we
bouncing
were
stuff
like,
together.
we could probably get that at
Yeah,
halftime.
yeah. So yeah, that's tight. That's tight.
Manifestation, you know?
you guys
Yeah.
manifested it.
Yeah, we did. Fuck yeah, that's tight. So yeah, I had like this like 0.5%. You know what I mean? Of play.
Don't say your name, bro. Don't say
Yeah.
your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a huge shout out to Abel Garcia from,
Right.
Channel
It
13.
wouldn't be able without him. Yeah.
And,
Just
yeah, and a huge shout out to Nate Earwell as well. Like, he put it all together, and he was super patient with us, like,
They
trying
were
to
cool
figure
peeps,
out,
yeah.
a
Was he
time.
cool? Was he standoffish? Was he?
just nice.
Yeah, he was very
It's
chill.
human, right?
It
Yeah.
wasn't like they were
Yeah, I get
all
it.
popular or nothing. Just cool, regular people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, most definitely. You know, well, I mean, he's a championship holder for the the
They're
Vegas
in a
Golden
very
Knights.
good position. You know?
I think they'll
Yeah.
probably. I mean, they've
They're
been
very
they've been
humble.
to the playoffs every year. You know what I mean? They played like what did they win them like 3-1, 4-1 or something like that?
This
Oh,
Are they-
time,
it was-
they beat them bad.
They
the
beat
last
them.
game.
Like 7 or 9 points.
it was
was
like
like-
nine.
No,
It was
but I'm
like
saying-
9 against.
but it's a seven. It's
Yeah.
a seven
It's a
game.
ass
It's a
whooping.
7 game
Oh,
series.
so out of the
Yeah,
it was
it's
like
a-
4 out of
4-1 or something like that.
I thought it was, yeah.
Because I don't think they went straight. I don't think they did a.
No, yeah, Florida.
Yeah, they didn't- they
had a
didn't-
little win. in
Yeah,
there.
so yeah, they went like 1 or 2 and then lost 1 and then went the other 2.
Yeah, they lost the game that was in Florida. So they did a game here.
Oh,
they
see.
lost
Yeah,
the
so
home.
the
So they
away
lost on
game they
purpose.
lost. Yeah.
They lost on the away game so they could come
So
back
they
and
could
win.
come
here.
back and win it, yeah, at their hometown.
Yes,
so.
sir. They're like, hey,
So game 4 they won 9-3. That was the last.
hey, they would have had to win that one, right?
Yeah. So the first
Dang.
one was versus the Stars. They lost to the Stars by 2, and the second one.
Oh, then they
came
did
back-
sweep them.
They came back and sweep them by 6-0 on the Stars, and then after the next game was versus the Panthers. They won 5-2.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because they play a series of games.
Yeah, this is all the championship right here.
No, it says
No.
the where it starts from the Panthers. I think that's the one that you're
Okay.
looking at.
This is the one right here. Yeah, see this one right here, the final.
Yeah, that's the last.
At 4-1. Not the score, but like they won 4 games and they
Out of the
they
7.
yeah.
out of 7.
Right.
It's first to 4, but there's 7 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then
The last one.
yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, here we go. So damn man, that's tight. They're probably gonna something else is gonna happen for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. They might send you guys a random ticket. Oh, you know, shout out, wink, wink, send some random
Manifest.
tickets.
Let's
and shit.
manifest it.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Don't get too excited.
They're gonna, you know what I mean. They might want some inside of the stadium. You know what I mean. It should, and it is, and I command it to. It's gonna manifest itself to that. Yes, you know what I mean. We're on the frequency.
Shout out Angelo. Angelo and his manifestations. you know?
Yeah.
You got to.
Paving my career, bro.
Yeah. I'm just happy that's why.
Thank you, man. No, thank you.
What did that other easy roll? We don't have.
It's not rolled right. It's right here though. I didn't know if to roll it or what.
Um,
I can roll it right now. We're talking.
All right, yeah, let's do that. You guys mind if we play
No,
this?
go for it.
Well, man, I mean, the whole thing is dope. All of that stuff is dope. You want to know? I want to say some. I think the way like
You want to roll this shirt?
you know, for me, not that I've always been some artist or this or that. You know, I've always been creative as well. Doing different things. My whole life, always drawing, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But you know, I think in the end, after vacation and shit, after vacation, like I, you know, there was an opportunity where you
That
know,
one's recorded, right?
it should be recording.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the opportunity kind of like how we all kind of met each other. I think you came later on in the game, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, that's my connection to you guys, you know what I mean? You know, whatever anybody's path, you know what I'm saying? But just on that note of things, like, hey, you know what? Like, I think that was kind of a cool opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Where that's how we all met, you know what I'm saying? Or like a lot of people, you know, because when I started messing around there, for me it was like on some other level of things, yeah, I'm recognized, whatever, you know what I mean? But the mindset changed, like, well, I want to start to recognize myself for more than that and more of my artwork or whatever I can do, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to the homies, you know what I'm saying? But what?
Nothing.
Why you saying? Why you laughing at?
Shout out to the home.
Right, I am.
Throw some names out there.
I mean, shout out Graffiti Park. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Graffiti Park. You know, like I said, like I think the
That's
first
how we all
project,
met.
a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of entanglements and a lot of.
A lot of toxic.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, it made a lot of things blossom. It made a lot of things bloom. You know what I mean? Whether it was this, whether it was that. You know, sometimes, you know, like I said, life could move on for us, and we keep moving on our journey for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I do find that is is a pretty cool thing that a lot of artists, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, like I said, you came later on in the game, homie. You know
Yeah,
what
like
I'm
I
saying?
said,
You came, that first school was on Craig, huh? When you wanted the tape from me?
The
Do you
white,
remember
white,
that?
the white can. It was the white can.
Oh, the white
It
can?
was, like, it was a tape.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's a
the
white
new
can.
shirts are gonna say
Couldn't finish
a
our
real
Black
project
homie
with
got
that.
some
Yeah.
a real homie got some
Biggest
tips.
piece.
You know what's funny too, though? Now that you said like we're all kind of connected. How
Yeah,
we
yeah,
met,
yeah.
His barber,
Oh.
he told me, he came up to me.
Yeah.
He's like, "You want to hear something funny?" I was like, "What?" And then he's like,
Oh, my mouth's up.
"Your brother is my barber." I was like, "What?" Like, what
Yeah,
do you
'cause,
mean?
like-
Oh,
I've known Jesse for like 5 years. So like,
Dang.
as soon as he moved down, had his own studio to cut hair, I went over, and then like I hear like little things about you. Oh, she's an artist, okay. And then I hear about Graffiti Park on YouTube, so not through him.
Uh-huh.
And then I like how it kind of
It
circled.
kind of
and
like
we just
circled
finally
back.
met,
Yeah.
So
That's
I
so
knew you were
crazy.
like in the ethos that
Yeah.
somewhere I was gonna meet you.
yeah, and then
guys.
you can see like sometimes friends, like you
Yeah.
know, like that person. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
all-
first thing anybody does. They're like, "What's your Instagram? Who do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's his name?
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
her?
Small world,
Yeah.
man.
And a little shameless plug for my brother, Gallo Catrin, if you want to get fresh cut.
Oh man, shouting out our
Oh,
barbers,
yeah, that's
man.
where I get my cut.
And
Yeah,
look, right now
that's where he gets
my
cut.
shit right now is not no
His
gel
cut.
or pomade, but you know, shout out Vampy Blends. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out
This was
to
not a
Yeah.
paid sponsorship.
Yeah, this is a barber shout out and shit. You know what I mean?
Because they're creatives too, like you said earlier, working with their hands, you know?
I mean, I can do a fade. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You know, I can do a fade. I can. So I understand. It's like no,
Yeah, no, 1, 2, 3.
cheap flies.
Yeah.
Cheap flies. So okay, the homies did the production mural for the Vegas Golden Knights championship. That's dope. The Knights only been in play 6 years now. I think it's 6
Yeah.
years, right? So I mean, you know, it happens. It wasn't a hoax. We really did that shit. But I was gonna ask, going back to some art, like,
Yeah.
what is your favorite medium?
Spray paint, man. Honestly, any form of other art it's okay. You know, it's fun. It has its perks to it. Like oils, I mean, like the color, the saturation is just wow. You know, it's perfect. And if you go to pencil, like your imagination could really just start from making lines, and then you start seeing things come out of nothing. You know. But for me, spray painting has your whole body moving. It gets you outdoors. It gets you interacting with people, and it's in such a large scale that it amazes you. And it's so fast that you're just like, wow, I got that shit out of my system in a few hours. Whereas
Yeah.
a drawing will take you days and days of coming back, you know?
Yeah, no, drawings are shit. Even the painting,
Even
sometimes you're like,
oh, no,
oh,
bro, it takes weeks to dry, man.
yeah.
That thing takes its time.
Oh, that's how you stack them, huh? Like stacking the paint essentially. And
Yeah,
I'm
you
thinking,
gotta
I've never
layer it
painted
good.
with oil. I've never painted with oil. I painted barely with acrylic. Like, I mean, acrylic markers, but now I'm getting into like, yeah, it's acrylic, but we're talking about painting with acrylic with a
Like
paintbrush.
brushes
Yes,
and all
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah. Acrylic's fun too. It's just that it's a media that it's like a finesse trying to get the colors quickly in there without it drying fast.
Because if it dries, it gets all like.
Well, then you have to start like from scratch when it comes to mixing the color again, and then trying to get that right saturation. It just feels like it's rushing you. I mean, you could mist it with a little bit of water, or you could add like a retardant to make sure it dries even more than it should. It just takes like 30 minutes or an hour to dry,
Yeah,
and
see,
then
I
it
didn't
works
know
like
that.
oil to your benefit. But the color saturation is just way much stronger and way more vibrant.
Homie, I'm like, give me a canvas, give me a mop, hit the canvas
me a
with the
mop.
mop. I'm gonna hit the canvas with the
Do
mop.
some calligraphy on
No,
it,
no, no,
man.
no. I hit the canvas with the mop. Let that dry, then it's slick. So when I use the fucking,
Oh,
when I use the,
buttery
yeah, when I use the, you know, the acrylics paint markers, it's just like bam, bam, and they fucking
Oh,
stick.
I like
I
that.
free game. You know what I'm saying? One day, Danielson, one day. Nah, just, for me that like when we're speaking about canvas, I'm like, oh, I'll do the canvas, but that's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm gonna bust a piece on it. That's the direction that I go with it all the time. So I mean, but I started out using like pencil and stuff, you know, like not so much markers. Yeah, it was always pencil, and things to that nature. coloring pencils, crayons. But then by the time when I got to a certain age, I started using upside down cans, like the fluorescent orange and the green, and we were like, like the, you know what I mean, like spraying with the upside down can.
Did you make one?
Yeah, we would always. Yeah, so I mean, that would be my mediums. Would be the cans as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I say I do like spray painting, but something that I recently got into in the past couple of years are the Copic markers. Do you guys know those?
Oh yeah.
The
Those-
alcohol-based markers.
the Montanas, right?
Well, mine are just like Copics, not the I haven't used the Montanas yet,
But it's the same marker we're talking about, right?
yeah, kind of like the
With like
yeah.
the blender.
Yeah.
The Prismas are for me. That's the first one.
Prisma, yeah.
It's a Prisma.
Nah, Prismas are trash compared.
Yeah.
to
No, but I'm saying
Copics, you know?
Prisma was the first markers
Oh yeah.
that
okay.
had that like that where you could get the old school. Let's go in reverse, not in reverse. Let's go back in time right now. You know what I mean? To some years ago, I was wandering around and I walked into a art store and like I was wandering around in the art store for a long time already, right? And there was nobody, like literally nobody. And I'm like,
You came
Hello?
up with something?
hello, nada, nothing. So I'm walking around and I'm like, nah, man, this is crazy. I was like, hello, and boom, found my way right there to where the black books are and the Prismas. I think it was like 150 or something set, but that set was like it was like $3.99, but
Like $5.99.
Right.
There's no employees around.
right. No, so I mean, but those were the Prismas because they would have
Bad boys are expensive.
red. You'll have it down the line, like how the spray paint is.
Yeah.
Boom, blue and everything. And then you had your clear blenders, and you know what I mean. You had your grayscale, but those were a different set. So the Prisma and like Chip Fuse, do you know who that is?
No.
So he does that show called Overhauling. You never heard of it? So like wives will call up and be like, oh, somebody, they stole the car, they towed it or something, and he'll be like, what the hell? Right, the husband will come, right, and they'll be like, what's going on, and act like it's all dramatic, but really this fool, the wife's in on it, and they took the car, and they, you know, like Pit My Ride,
Oh yeah.
but it's Chip Fuse, and like Chip Fuse is fucking like, and he draws with Prismas. He'll draw the cars, like how he's gonna turn it. Oh, this is what we're gonna do. This is how it's gonna look. This is our color. This is our paint job. And then like from that, then those fools will go and do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's sick, bro. Look into it,
That's
Chip
tight.
Fuse. And if you watch him do any of those sketches, he's using Prisma markers.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I found like I think
Shout out
I
to
have
Prisma.
tried with your Prism.
I mean, Prismas are. I mean, they're not the worst, but when you compare them to Copics, the amounts that you could do, it's just you can't even compare the two. Prismas are not as workable as Copics. Copics just have that kick where it's very easy to blend them and swap from one color to the other.
Yeah, that's what I like.
it took me a while to mess with the Montana ones, and I'm still not perfect with
Every
it.
marker has its finesse.
Yeah,
yeah.
You gotta know the company.
Yeah, so I kind of like to like sketch out drawings and then go in with the Copics and like ink it and everything.
Ding dong.
You know who that is?
Oh shit! I don't know who
Is
that
it
is.
anybody? Or-
Oh,
Let's see, is it a special guest?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Rogers' house. Oh my god. What's up?
My stepdad let me move back in with him.
Time to come back out there.
Hey, my chief.
The homies, another logo and shit moving around. Kind of help them out.
It's the community, man. It's the community.
Hey, no, not you. Hey, actually, that's tight though. That was a special guest. That was Nick. You know what I mean? He's a high-end low life.
High-end.
about you, Justin? What's your
help me out.
favorite?
Pick me back up real quick.
Yeah, what's your
Copic
favorite?
markers.
Oh,
the-
yeah, the Copic markers, and then I like to do the backgrounds with acrylics, and then I'll do like the painting, and I'll cut it out and then post it onto the acrylic background. That's been like my favorite thing to do right now.
Say it again one more time.
So I'll sketch out like a drawing, and I'll ink it in, I'll draw it in with the Copic markers, and then I usually cut it out. And then on a canvas, I do like an acrylic background, and then I'll go ahead and put that on top.
Oh, I think I see.
seal
And then
it.
you put it with the epoxy on it.
Yeah, you've seen that. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things to do. But spray painting too. And
Oh,
then-
I'm about to kill it on the epoxy game. No, I'm just saying.
But for me, every medium has its pros and cons, but like I like to venture out. Like,
But what's your medium?
I would say ultimately sketching because I use that in the other mediums. So like I'll sketch first. So like the drawing, I lay out a drawing first. So I have
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily what the medium actually is. I know we're talking about marker right now, and that's but the medium is like
What's
your
your
favorite
favorite?
tool
Yeah, your
to use when you
favorite.
create art.
Most fun one, yeah.
You know, that's what that actually.
right now I'm really into.
For y'all that didn't know.
I'm really into oil pastels and soft pastels right now.
Okay. So like some chalk work, pastel chalks and
Yeah.
shit like that. Okay, that's dope.
I love it.
I actually like those too. Those are dope. Cause you can do some sick shit with that. You
I'm-
grab it and just on your like see in the black book. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you'll get that little art set and it's got those in there. And you don't really use them.
yeah.
But you know, so once you do it and then you do what you gotta do, and then like boom, just flick it like that or put your finger on it and then go
Yeah.
to your piece.
To mess with it.
Damn, that's how I would use it.
I'm currently working on a new artwork with that, and I'll show you guys what the finished result's going to be.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We'll blast it up.
How long does it usually take for it to dry up?
Oil pastels, they're dry to the touch.
Oh, okay.
How do you
oil
seal
pastels.
Huh?
that?
You
How
have
do you
to
seal
clear
that?
coat it.
Oh,
Did
clear
you
coat
say
it?
oil pastels? I'm thinking about chalk
Both,
pastels.
both. I'm doing a mixed media artwork, so I'm using both
Yeah, yeah.
oil pastels, soft pastels, and wax color pencils.
And pastels always is the color set, though, right?
Yeah,
Right, the like pastel colors. So, but it could be in oil, it could be in
yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah. So then
Yeah, we got, like, these are kind of pastels.
that's what I'm currently
You know what I
in
mean?
right
So,
now.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to eat this?
Nah,
Anybody? All right.
I'm good too. I don't want to get some.
Damn. Germ, you want to eat this? Hey, you know what? Shout out $100 Germ. His 37 cents. I mean, his 2 cents is worth $37 in change. I get all stoned. I start clowning and shit. I'm fucking around and shit. Days.
So,
What's up with this hot sauce right here?
Oh.
Hey, you know, every time
It's
when we have
spicy.
guests on here, you know, we always gotta like, you know,
You want to try it?
we have
what
to.
sandwich is that?
I'll send you to the
It's mine,
ER.
but go ahead.
Thank
Yeah, yeah,
Somebody wants to take it. I'm saying.
yeah, yeah. We'll break it. I can't get past you,
No,
brother.
no, yeah, when they're ready or what?
Oh, he's ready. Yeah,
born ready.
that's
You wanna
right.
grab the sandwich right there?
Yeah, I don't know where we don't have no chips right here. So, but I got like that sandwich. Like you could just
Put it
put
on
the
the
bread off
sandwich.
if you want. The bread will help you.
The bread
What's some of
does
the
something
artists you
against
guys in
the
town that grew up will see coming up? You know what I mean? That influenced you guys.
Ooh, that's a good
Before we get into
question.
this shit, you guys can
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
spice. Honestly,
You want soda or water?
are you on?
Oh no, you go
Uh,
first if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case it's not hot and I just want soda.
Okay.
I feel like the bubbles are gonna make it worse. I don't know.
If it has
And-
sugar, it counts.
Yeah.
as
Oh,
spice.
okay, okay, okay.
Hey,
It's like if I'm an artist, I'm like, who's the bubble?
The bubbles.
hey, there actually is though. Look, there's an artist called Bubblegums.
Oh, bubble gum, sir?
Not that person. That person is sick as fuck.
Get down.
Yeah, get down. But
Role model, right?
somebody that it's a chick that paints here in
Yeah.
Las Vegas. She does a lot of
Yeah,
canvas.
she's just like ghost and shit type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. The bubble. Is that's what
With
it
the
is?
bubble gum, yeah.
Yeah. Here, I don't wanna.
Manosearlo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a barbecue rib sandwich, dog?
Yeah.
Oh, barbecue
Here, you
takes
want
away
to
the
rip
spice.
off?
That was
Yeah,
like the
want to
best
rip
thing.
off?
Just pull out a little piece of bread.
piece of
dog.
bread,
A
and
little
then
piece
put
of
on.
bread.
So who's
We're breaking bread right here, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to.
Who's it?
Hey, I didn't mean to shit you like that, but
I'm
you
gonna
know.
get some hand sanitizer.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to reach over, homie.
So some artists that have influenced me, that local artists in Vegas, Isaac from Recycled Propaganda, super cool dude. He comes up with some really cool stuff.
Record it or what? Oh.
Yeah, you can get that on the sideline over there. Hey, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hold on, we're gonna go to.
Yeah.
So,
You look kind of scared.
hey, he's not scared.
He's already sweaty.
Look, dog. Look, where you going?
Oh,
You got
that's-
this.
That's my old dog.
You got this.
It's a walk in the park.
Hey, bro, you're fucked.
You're good. It's all how you breathe.
I'm just
man.
joking,
It's all how
dog.
you breathe.
Very good.
I'm just joking,
He
dog.
said into my boy, dog.
That's fucked up. No, I'm just joking with a homie, man. It's just all good.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's not gonna be able to tell us who his artist
No,
is, though.
it's because
You're not gonna do
now
it?
he's got once it hits, we gotta ask him a bunch of questions.
Oh, okay.
Once it hits, we're gonna ask him a bunch of random questions.
Oh, that's what I told him. I knew it.
Did it hit?
Favorite artist coming up?
Local favorite artist.
Yeah. I don't know that person.
Yeah.
Carry those syllables.
Oh shit.
That's a good question.
Well, you got a lot of family
They don't
that's
have
in
to be
there.
local. It should
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
influence
yeah.
That you come
Yeah.
up of, or you see that you were like. You
Now, what song is playing right now on your playlist, whatever? What song's coming on? I don't know that person either, dog. Are you alright, Papa?
A lot of Nas or hieroglyphics.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
Nas or Hyro?
Yeah. And
No,
then
Nas or Hyro.
No, Nas or Jay Z.
No, Nas or Hyro.
Nas.
Hyro or Souls of Mischief.
Nas is number one.
No.
For me.
No.
For me.
Souls of Mischief or Hieroglyphics.
I'll give the edge to Souls of Mischief.
Method Man or Redman?
Method Man.
RZA,
That's right.
I mean, yeah, RZA or Jizza.
Jizza.
Ice Cube or Eazy-E.
Easy.
You like metal?
No.
Alright. I don't know.
Selena Gomez? No, I'm just kidding.
Selena Gomez or who's the
Hey, do you keep your socks on or off during, you know what I mean, relations and shit?
Off.
It's off. I'm clowning. I'm just.
Pepe's Tacos or Tacos El Gordo?
To change the question, you see, for me it'd be Los Tacos or Tacos El Gordo.
Los Tacos?
I like they're both good because I go to both places ordering the same damn thing over and over again. It's
Yeah.
either the carne asada quesadilla at Los Tacos or the carne asada fries at Tacos El Gordo.
That's the one that's right next door, right here? Los Tacos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right, yeah, the one over here to the right of it, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like before it going this way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that place is better.
You're
Yeah,
handling this pretty well. I must say.
Damn.
Yeah.
That the homie handled it like
Like nothing.
Like it was
yeah.
baby food.
Yeah.
He's like, give me another one.
Oh, you want another one?
No.
I wanna
Oh, yeah.
let him go through his time. I'll do one. Yeah.
Oh, you want to do one too? But you're not even gonna be phased. He's like, I'll do the challenge again. Again, I know.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I have a bunch of other questions in here.
No. Yeah, that's okay. Sofia Vergara from Dogtown or Salma Hayek in Dust Till Dawn.
Semi.
Why? No, just.
Why?
Why?
What do you know? That's like the first memory I have as a kid for a movie. It was like going to the living room and that movie was on. So that
Dust
was
Till
like my
Dawn?
first-
Oh man.
Yeah, that's my
That's
first.
a
memory.
Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yep.
You know what I mean? All in Pulp Fiction and everything. Do you know why they use the? Do you know why? No, I forget the question. The Pulp Fiction question. Do you know why they call it a Royale?
Oh, the.
Hard. Too high to remember.
It's too hot to remember.
Too high.
Damn.
Oh.
I get to only say that. Dog.
I can't remember. What was it called?
I forget the line.
Oh, because of the metric system.
Because of the
Yeah.
metric system.
Dude, what do I win?
Yeah, what's up?
Hot dog. You said I was on a hot dog. You didn't read the rules. That's what I'm saying. You answer the question
Because of the
correct.
free piece of
You
sandwich.
know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get,
Okay.
Some bread.
you get some
You
of
guys got
the.
any experience with ghosts or Indians?
Ghosts.
Let's see, run that.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Run that out there. I want to hear it.
Well, I have a lot of stories. I don't. Which one?
We can hear all of them. All right. It's better 9 o'clock.
How many you got?
Yeah.
I
Tell me
got.
the scariest one. the one
Yeah, we
that-
want to get like.
Nah,
You
they
might
don't
have that
sleep
story.
when
We
they
want to
go
know
home.
the one that's like.
The one that's gonna traumatize the viewers.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
Yeah.
know. There's a few. Okay, so there's one. We used to live in this apartment on Trop and Jones, and a lot of weird shit happened there. Not just to myself, but to my family members as well. And
Trop and Jones, like by the Albertsons and shit, or what?
yeah, it's like across Smith. They used to be called Foothills, but now they changed the name to something
Yeah, I know what
fancy.
you're talking about. They're like brown and shit.
Yeah. And so that was just a weird apartment. And I used to have like middle school, high school, like really bad insomnia. So I don't know if it's sleep paralysis, but I don't know now that I've looked into it.
Right.
But I remember when back in the day we had Walkmans, and I was listening to the Walkman.
What's that? No, I'm just kidding.
For
Right.
those of you out there,
What was that?
It's a little.
She didn't have the dual
Like,
shock
yeah.
one, so it always skip.
Yeah.
But this
It
is
was
in the
Sony.
for letting the record
Yeah.
skip. Letting the record. Yeah, for sure.
So I was listening to it, I was laying down, and I was like trying, just listening to music, and I had it above my head, and so I went to grab it, and then all of a sudden I literally saw like the full hand like just do this, and it was like a weird shade of blue.
Hold on, but what were you doing?
I was just listening to music laying on my bed.
Oh, okay.
And then I went like this to grab it, and I saw something go like this, like a hand.
Yeah, but what you went to go grab? The hand?
The Walkman.
The Walkman. Gotcha.
Shake
Yeah,
hands.
Yeah. I'm like, why did
Give me five. Give me five.
Right, like did you throw in the gang sign and shit or what? You know what I mean?
Yo,
Like
definitely.
it's before or after or what? I mean, let me know. You know what I'm saying?
And so what happened when the hand after that?
So I just kind of like
It
whatever.
went like it came back.
No, it just kind of
Yeah.
like went back, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Oh, it like vanished.
Yeah, and then like weird things kept happening over and over, and one of the weirdest things that happened there to me. So I don't know if you guys like growing up Mexican. We've always lived like 13 to a 2-bedroom, 13 people to a 2-bedroom or
Maybe it was a
whatever.
mano negro.
What's that?
I don't know. Is that like a Mexican thing? The mano
I've never heard of that one.
Hold on, what is that one?
I've never heard of that one.
Mano negro.
Sounds
No.
kind of racist.
But so we were living it was 7 people in a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
So we had the master bedroom, and I shared it with my aunt and my sister. And I had this weird dream where
No privacy, huh?
Yeah, no privacy at all.
Yeah.
I had a wall right here, and I thought I was awake. So this is where I said I don't know if it's sleep paralysis or not, but this is where it gets weird. So in my dream, I thought I was awake.
I have the answer to that, but go ahead.
Okay, and I was facing the wall, and behind me was like a cloaked figure, and I was so scared that I was screaming and screaming, but nothing came out, and the only thing that came out was spiders, and I couldn't stop screaming.
Wow.
And finally, all of a sudden, since we lived 7 people to a 2-bedroom, my brother used to sleep in the living room, and we had a dog. And what woke me up was my dog. Like, she was like at the edge of my bed, like moving me, like, "Are you okay?"
Oh,
you know.
shit.
And I was like, I woke up, and I honestly didn't remember what had happened. And my brother comes running in, and he's like, "Oh my God, like, are you okay? Like, you've been screaming at the top of your lungs. Like, what's going on?"
Right.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, you were screaming. And then all of a sudden, I just started crying. Like, I felt really like sad. But what's crazy to me is I literally, like you said, no privacy. My aunt was like this far away from me.
Just
My
looking at you
sister,
scream?
no. My
Yeah.
sister was here, and they're both like sound asleep.
No way.
They didn't hear shit, but my brother, who was in the living room, heard me screaming.
Wow. And
So-
you and your brother are really close?
Kind of, sort of ish. Yeah, like at the time, I want to
I
say
mean, he's
yeah.
your brother.
Huh?
If he's your
Yeah,
brother, right?
but
If something
there's-
happened to him, would you be?
Well, yeah, no, I'd be upset. Yeah, for
You know
sure,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like, you know, like, embrace it. You gotta love your kid.
No,
you know?
yeah, I love my brother. But yeah, so I thought that was really weird. I was like, that's so crazy that they're right next to me, didn't hear a damn thing. We're in the same room, and he was like outside and heard us, and my dog, like heard it too.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, that's a fucking.
Yeah, it was
That gave
pretty
me the
weird.
chills. I was like, oh shit.
And another one, so my brother was working like late at night, and he would sleep in the living room. So since I couldn't go to sleep, I would stay up and wait till he got home. And I was laying on the couch, and my dog was next to me, and she was sitting down, and then all of a sudden she gets up, and then she starts growling at nothing, and then she like starts like watching something move. And then she keeps growling, and her little hairs get up, and then she keeps backing up, and I was like, "Where are you going?" Like, don't leave me alone with whatever's over there.
Damn.
Like, don't go. But,
Yeah.
so they can pick up on that shit.
Yeah.
So
You're
that
gonna
was
see you
like,
turning on the car.
yeah, like bye.
It was already gone. You're like, hey, you know what I mean? You know the name of the game.
Every man for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are like I think like 2 major things that happened there, but there's a lot of other stuff that happened. Yeah.
So what about like right now we're really dreaming, and then when we think we're going to sleep or dreaming, we're really awake.
So like Inception type shit.
Right? I mean, I don't know. I'm
Are
just
we
saying.
even shooting this podcast?
No, we are. Absolutely. You know, 2 Cents is here.
Just brought me back to
This is the
reality.
physical form of it. You know what I mean?
So you know that there's multiverses besides the metaverse?
Yeah.
So the Chalaverse, the Metaverse, the Galaverse. I didn't know
Yes.
that. It's like a
Yes.
bunch of different ones.
The
11?
Marvel universe.
No, not verses, not dimensions. I don't know. I
Well,
explain it to you.
Oh, because they're the what, like the
Did you see that
4D.
video I posted?
It's like the 4D.
It has to zoom out like infinity and all that shit.
Well, isn't
Yeah.
that what I said, dog? And that's what the homie was saying. That it's fractal or whatever.
Fractals.
But yeah,
Like
fractal.
infinite.
Or whatever. Right, but it's not a fractal. Like, yeah, you get it, but it's your mind, dog. Don't even get me started, bro. Your mind just like goes.
Let's do some shows, man. Let's get on this.
Yeah. I mean,
DMT?
I haven't done DMT.
DMT.
okay.
You got any? What's your ghost story or alien story? He's like, it's not that good.
I'm gonna sound fucking deranged.
Yeah, I don't know that. I ain't never heard that story either.
No, I'm gonna sound deranged because I have sleep paralysis and I get it frequently.
Oh, shit.
So
That's tough.
for me,
You're actually like just glitching between.
pretty much
Your reality,
like,
man.
how I describe it is like a light bulb flickering. That's like how I feel my brain's doing. It's flickering. But,
That's your consciousness.
But have you ever heard like the shadow figures when you
Yeah.
like in the sleep paralysis? I've only seen that twice. I was like, how long ago? 10 years ago.
Let me ask you
11
this.
years
Let me
ago.
ask you this. Have you seen something from the past in one of those dreams?
No.
Like nothing like anything? Have you seen have you seen like some like shit that like some deja vu type shit?
No.
No,
deja vu.
none of that.
No. So like, it's. I don't like describing this because I sound fucking deranged, but
It's sleep paralysis, man.
like
Imagination.
Hey, it's fucking deranged, bro. We get it, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta man up, bro. It's deranged. Spit it out.
but
Good content.
the other two times, or only two times I've seen that shadow figure, I remember at the time I was living with my aunt at her place, and I was sleeping in my room. Then my brother was playing Silent Hill in the kitchen, and all the lights were off. So that I'm sleeping, and then I see a shadow figure on the doorway, and I'm paralyzed. I can't move.
Were you sleeping?
So
Like you're awake, but you're asleep,
Your
right?
body's
Yeah,
asleep,
so,
right?
like,
Yeah.
Right.
with sleep paralysis, I think it's like REM sleep right away. So like
Yeah,
all
that's
that
when you
rapid
start
eye
dreaming,
movement-
though,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So like
And if you smoke weed, it blocks that.
Feels that, yeah. I never have rest sleep.
I gotta smoke more.
I wake up to any.
No, you gotta smoke less, because the weed blocks the RAM.
No, cause but I get it. I
You
get it
have to
like
get out of REM sleep,
nearly
though.
every day.
Mhm.
I
Oh.
get the sleep paralysis, but
As soon as you get out of it.
Oh, got you. Then you need to smoke a lot. Then you need to smoke a lot. You wanna we'll light it back up right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Take
But-
some to go, man. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
but like, so I see the shadow figure, and then I hear like babies crying in the background. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then
Yeah.
I wake up.
Yeah.
He starts hearing Brother Lynch and shit. It's EBK in there.
My brother's hunched over playing Silent Hill.
Eating baby
I was like, hey,
cats.
did you hear fucking some babies crying? Whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Shit.
So that was, then the second time was like same place, like a couple days and weeks later, and I'm sleeping. I'm facing the wall, so I'm laying down facing the wall. Then the shadow figure's right there, like comes out of the shadows and tries to pull me into him. I remember I'm trying to fight it, and then it just went away. And then that's the last I've seen with the shadow figure. And then everything else,
Yeah.
it's
That's the
like.
last I've seen of the shadow of people and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then
It's just-
You should give him a name.
this was 40 moons ago. No, it's
Right. Mr. No Name.
And then so like when I get it now, it's like me trying to. It's weird to say.
like trying to run, but you can't run.
It's like me. So I want to get out of bed. I want to like wake up.
Yeah.
So I'm getting up, and then next thing I know I'm right back, and I'm back to just.
Oh,
I think
you
I've
staring
had
at
it
the wall.
before, but I
Woke
feel
up.
as though I was more in like my brain receptors or whatever, not receptors or whatever the ones that shoot
Neurons?
it out. I couldn't connect to that to shoot it out to my body and get moving and shit. You know what I mean? Like to get up.
Oh, Adderall.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this.
No,
though.
no.
So, like you said, if you get it pretty frequent and kind of often,
Yeah.
have you
what's the
gotten
doctor say?
comfortable with it? Like to the point where you kind of like anticipate that it's a dream, and you're just like, it's the same shit again.
It's. I wouldn't describe it as scary,
So do you ever exit your body though?
Well,
I'm serious, right? Like,
I think 2 times, but like
and when you exited it, what like,
Yeah,
huh?
I've had that.
So did you like see yourself?
Look at your fits. Like, that's a nice fit.
like I saw like an empty earth with like a different like sunset color.
Yeah, but you had to come from yourself and like take off. You know what I'm saying?
Or like
So-
saw yourself leave your body.
Yeah, right.
Never seen me, but like every time
You were just like there, type shit. It's exactly like no, just but
That
you know it
exact
was
noise.
just it was exactly it was just like instantaneously like you were just out there.
So like now it's more so when I'm starting to enter, depending how I'm sleeping, if it's on my back or on my stomach,
Oh.
it
So
feels
you
like
can get a different thing going on.
it feels like I'm free falling into it, like into
Oh,
like
like in the water, almost.
Yeah.
Like if you were laying there
jump
and all of a
rope.
sudden it just turned the water on you and boom, you went in. Like you
No,
know,
just
jumping off a
Like
building.
you just feel
Yeah,
like you're
like-
going down.
so
heights,
have you ever jumped cliff? Or,
Yeah.
cliff
Yeah.
jumps? So imagine
man, I
that.
jumped off a bridge before. No, I'm just
Imagine that, but into like an endless hole,
Oh.
just free falling into an endless hole.
Right.
But you're conscious of it going. Pretty much.
I'm not a scientist, but it's some shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the word we use that describes you feeling that, like, or you know, aware of that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Even it was so real to you that you know what I mean. That's why it felt like that. That's how you could describe it because
Yeah.
it did. That
Yeah.
it felt absolute for you. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
sure. So, but
That
that
happens to me, but when I'm falling off the bed all the time in my sleep, I'm like, wake up.
Oh, I hate that.
I'm about to fall off a cliff in my dreams.
Yeah.
no, that happens to me when I'm snoring hell loud and I just wake myself up. I'm like,
Who
oh
was
shit!
that?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what you right, fool? No,
Just like some shit about you. I had a
Hella
homie
stoners,
who was having like a dream that he was getting attacked and he was sleeping right next to his dad. So he just woke up out of nowhere and just like took a shit. And he just looked at him like, oh man, what did I just do?
He's like, hey, you alright? He's like, what you right?
Don't come at me like that, bro.
I was-
I have a question for you guys. Have any of you guys been to the Haunted Museum here in Vegas? Zach,
You know,
Brad?
no.
No? Okay. So I had
Hey, you know I haven't. I don't you ever.
I had a weird experience there. So I don't know if this is gonna sound kind of weird. I don't know if this has anything to do with it.
But you said another person told you the same.
Yeah, no.
What
But
is
I guess like trying to go back. So since I was a kid, because it's something else. Like I had an out of body experience when I was in the 4th grade, actually.
Okay.
So we'll go
did
back
you see
to
something?
that.
Did you see something from the past when that happened?
Well,
did you
so
see
we're
anything
gonna
from
get to
the?
it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I'll
want to
go
know
back to that. I'll
because
go
I
back
want to
to
know
that.
She's just gonna
I
write
want
a
to know
book on
something
it, bro.
about it. I want to know.
No, so the haunted. So ever since I was little, like I grew up Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I'm not religious anymore, but I feel like when I was super religious, that these things happened a lot more. If that makes, I don't know if that makes any sense.
It amplified it because you're like afraid of the devil, you know?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. And then as
Well,
I
because
got
you were
older,
having a higher consciousness.
I don't know, but as I got
Yeah.
older, I kind of started stepping away from religion, and even like, well, as a kid, I feel like sometimes like people are like, oh, you need to fear God and this and that, you're gonna get punished. da, da, da,
Yeah,
da.
it's like, man, shut
So-
up. You can't take those people serious.
Yeah. So then, as I got older, I kind of stepped away from it and everything, and it started to get less and less. But there's still things that happen here and there. And so I went to the Haunted Museum with my ex at the time, and I didn't want to go, to be honest with you. I was like, I kind of don't want to go. Like, I attract this fucking shit. Like,
Right.
things always happen. And then I went in with an open mind. I'm like, you know what? This hasn't happened in a while. Like, let's just go. Because I actually do love that shit, too.
Right.
Like, I love it. But then, like, I just get
You just don't
weird.
want to be involved. with
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens.
I'm like, just leave me
Just
alone.
Be entertained by it.
Yeah, so then if you guys, so the Haunted Museum, you know, Zach Braff collects all these things, and then they take you on a tour, and each room is something different from either a serial killer or like weird things or whatever. And I was feeling fine, and there was a room. I don't like those ventriloquist dolls,
Yeah.
and they had a room full of those. And I was like, I don't want to go in there. And you don't have to. But for some reason, I was like, you know what, I'll do it. And as soon as I stepped in, instead of feeling fear, I felt a lot of joy and happiness, which was very weird because those dolls were super creepy. And I was like, okay, I think I'll fine, you know, I'll do all the other rooms. And then as soon as we started going into, you go into this first room to go into the killer, I forgot his name, but he assisted a lot of people, like a suicide assisting.
Charles Manson?
No,
Oh,
it
the
was
Angel of
the,
Death.
Jonestown?
I think the Angel of Death.
Yeah.
He did it in his van, and they have the van there. But they take you to a room first, and then you go there. And even before I knew it, as soon as I got into the room,
The
I
actual
started
van?
feeling, I started feeling sadness.
It's a
And I
lot
was
of
like,
heavy-
shit, like I don't want to be
energy.
here. Then we saw the van, and I felt kind of sad. But that wasn't like the worst thing. So then we're waiting for this other doll, like this doll that's supposed to be super haunted, and we're waiting outside.
The Annabelle doll?
Something like that, yeah.
that's
And
because that's all
They
room,
have
right?
it right here, right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So, but we're right by this staircase, and we're just standing. And whenever I feel weird things, sometimes like I'll be standing still, but my body feels like it's doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Feel lightheaded and stuff.
Well, I just
You're about
feel
to
like I
start a
wanna-
seance and shit?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god!
And so I was.
yeah. Speaking
So,
tongue and shit.
yeah, so I
Walking
would
backwards. Yeah.
walking back. So I asked my then boyfriend. I was like, "Hey, am I moving?" And he's like, "No, you're standing still." I was like, "I don't feel good. I'm feeling weird. I feel like I'm swaying back and forth. I'm not feeling so well. I don't know about this." And he's like, "No." He's like, "You're fine." He's like, "You're standing still." I was like, "Okay." So then I went to my job the next day, and even after I left, I felt like something heavy on me. Like I just felt like this weird heaviness, and for like
Attaches out to you.
yeah, for like a whole week, I couldn't, like, I just felt weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
And it's happened before at a cemetery in Mexico. And, so, yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
That's what I'm
see,
saying
that-
is, like, I love this shit, but it, like,
Yeah,
it likes me too. And
Damn.
so,
You
I
guys
told,
connect.
yeah. So I
This
told
was
You better watch out. You know what I'm saying? She got you. She got you the comida.
no,
It's good content.
You're
You know,
gonna
it's
get
good
that.
content.
Be careful.
yeah. No, so then
Yeah.
the next day, I went to my job and I told my coworker about it because he went with his girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, I went. And he's like, oh, yeah, I went too with my girlfriend. And then he starts telling me about it. And then the same shit on those stairs happened to them.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't even tell him yet. And I was like, wait,
Yeah, I would never go in that
where?
house,
And
yeah.
he's like,
I thought it was something
at the
completely
stairs.
different.
No.
Yeah.
There's a history to that house too.
Maybe it's
Like,
the paint
Yeah, I don't
or
know
like
no
the-
history to that house.
The air conditioning in that area that.
I don't.
But I mean, for
Some
some
mildew
people
or something.
specifically
Yeah.
to get it,
What's that?
Yeah, for someone else to get it in the same spot.
And
too.
That's
Really?
why, because it's
Oh,
that
'cause
area
it-
that has that, the paint. It could be, that, like, there could be mold in people's wall,
Mhm.
and you, like, if you live in a house that has mold and you don't even know,
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
can get sick, go crazy,
Oh,
and they don't
yeah.
even know what's going on because
because it
it's
destroys
behind
your
the wall.
brain, you know?
Yeah.
It does that shit.
I don't know, but that's
You're
what
just
happened
looking for
there.
the scientific.
Yeah, I just, no, I mean,
You know,
I'm
you're
not
like,
saying
man.
those-
You know what? Like,
You're
Mr.
haunted, be careful.
Mr.
You're gonna
Conspiracy.
get it and expect
He's
it for the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
too
really,
much
it's just a
gold.
mold.
Yeah, it's just a
No, but that's what it does. Is like
Right.
if it's a spirit around, it will attach itself to you. So
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you felt like something was with you, then that's what it is. That it attaches out to you and it's staying with you. You know.
Yeah.
But it didn't fuck with you after, like when you left.
for like a week. Like,
Like,
I
as
just
in you
felt
saw
it.
it, or-
No,
I
I
felt
just
that.
kept
I believe
feeling.
that that's true. I believe that
Mhm.
some attached itself to you, and that was completely different
Mhm.
versus other times where you might have felt like.
What
they
if
were
it was
in
an
the same-
angel protecting you as it?
But
as
it felt
attached to you?
heavy. Like whenever something like that, it feels heavy right here. And
Oh,
I
that's a
don't know.
tumor.
I need to go to the doctor.
That's the tumor when you're like, it's somewhere right here.
Google tells me that. You know?
No.
JK.
But going back to my out of body experience,
See.
I was in the 4th grade. Like I said, like I'm used to living. I think there was like 13 of us in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and
Hey, we gotta stop telling them that because you know what I mean. Like you're one Thea, you only claim 2 of y'all. Your other
Yeah.
Thea, you know what I mean. So you're putting it all on black. We had a house with some people there. You know what I mean?
Live somewhere, that's it.
Yeah.
so my cousin and I used to have sleepovers in the living room.
Right.
And I had this. It started off with a dream, and this dream was like I feel like for my 4th grader self was like really heavy.
Wow.
It was like it started off with me being in that apartment, and my mom was asking me to go get her purse from our room, and I kept telling her no because the room just literally looked like black abyss. Like that's it. It was just black, and I was like, no, there's
That's it.
something bad in there. And she's like, go get my purse. So I go get it. And all of a sudden, this little, like, what are they called? Like the little Satan with the little hind legs, the little animal half.
A goat?
I forget. No.
Is it called
Like
a
a
fawn?
centaur or something?
Centaur,
Or-
yeah.
Like,
That's a horse.
but it's
Yeah.
Satan. Yeah, like came running up to me and saying,
Baphomet?
like, huh?
Baphomet?
Is that
Like
what?
the horse goat man, the devil?
Was it a
I
horse?
think so.
That's one of his
but
gods,
a mini,
right?
a
That's
mini
one of-
version. Yeah.
That's one of his
The guy from
his 500 bosses.
Yeah.
From
Like,
Satan.
another about Narnia.
Oh, yeah.
The little
It is
goat.
like
yeah, that
that.
was him.
It is kind of like
You
that.
saw that shit in the room?
Yeah, in my dream, and it came at me, and
Okay,
it kept saying like, "You're mine, you belong with me."
Right.
And I screamed and yelled, and then like you know how your dreams kind of jump from one scene to another.
Mm-hmm.
So the next scene, I can't really remember, but I remember another scene. I went through a lot where that demon was constantly after me,
Yeah.
and one of the last scenes that I remember was like these two people were trying to help me, and they were like, "You need to run, he's coming!" And then all of a sudden, like we're on a street. And in the building, like he rips up through the building, grabs these people, rips them in half in front of me, and I was so scared and terrified. And the next thing I remember is seeing myself from above. I was watching myself sleeping,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, and I remember everything. I saw my aunt, I saw my cousin, and I saw myself.
Did you ever, after that had happened, had you ever had like a deja vu to that?
That I can recall as of right now, no.
Like yeah, you know, just like some like
Yeah.
you might not have had, because it didn't happen, or not that it didn't happen, but you know,
It was
like
in a dream, you know?
right.
Yeah.
So, but maybe you were just thinking one day. Maybe you were like in that like when you kind of like hypnotized state of mind. Like you could be driving to work, but you're like you do it so much that like you're already at work, but you're like hypnotized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like in this
It's a
nirvana.
habit, you know, it's a routine.
Yeah.
Right. So in that moment, like something could have just been like, oh man, like damn, kind of made me feel like that.
No, I don't think I have, to be honest with you. But what was weird is like, I know it was true that I did see myself because the way we were all sleeping and the way I saw ourselves, like I was facing my teddy bear and then my cousin was facing me and everything. When I finally woke, because like I was floating over and I was like just a white blob in my face, basically. And I was like, oh shit, I'm dead. And
I gotta get back there.
yeah, and then I woke up like covered in sweat, and I turned around to see my aunt and my cousin, and they were in the same fucking position.
So then that was seeing the future then.
Yeah.
Well,
you
not
were
the
you were
future,
looking
but
at
the
yourself.
present.
It
You
was
know?
yeah. Was it would
Yeah,
it
but
be
then
the present?
you know what I mean. Oh, or I mean the past or the future, the present. Like in
You
that
saw
moment, like
something, yeah.
time wasn't relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You were somewhere. You were like, shh, right? And that's-
What's your
that 4D.
scientific explanation?
Okay.
Well, the 4D.
It's
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're dreaming, you know?
Right. So I'm just saying that because
Was that the same apartment from the first
No, it
one?
was
Or
a different
or-
apartment in California. Yeah.
Maybe one of your family members practiced like something. Like your
That's a
aunt.
very good
There-
thing to
Like
pull. You
a
know?
history.
Make somebody dream that.
I know, but it's not necessarily that she's making you dream that. It's that
Mm-hmm.
the shit that she practices is attached to her, and everywhere it goes, that spiritual is in the area, that vibe, and that
Just bringing dark
the energy
energy.
is with her, you know, or someone in the house, you know, or something in the house. It could be that. That's what it is, because that's what it is. That's why when you go there, it's like those things have that energy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But the Jamestown shit or the Church of Saturday Falls, whatever they kill themselves, that's not the same because they're sacrificing themselves. They're not haunted by something, you know.
Right.
Does that make sense? The fan shit, you know, it's not haunted.
What,
That's
the fan?
them. That's him convincing the people to be like, hey, let's fucking drink this juice or whatever they did to kill themselves, and then they did it as opposed to Annabelle's like this haunting spirit that made them kill and.
That's Amityville, right? Or
Right.
Amity Horror or whatever.
Annabelle, yeah.
No, Amityville is something different.
It's
That's
that
like a
house.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's a
but
house.
what's the other? It's Annabelle has. There's some other movies.
It's
to
the
that.
doll. Oh,
So
you
Charles
mean
Manson killed somebody, or
he didn't kill them directly. He
no? Well,
sent
yeah,
people.
like the people killed
Yeah.
them, and
He
the
was
girls.
the leader
They killed
committing the
these
suicide.
girls in a house, and it's supposed to be that the house that he did that in haunted the fucking Annabelle, and that's how it became Annabelle. And then
Oh,
everywhere that doll went, and like I said, it gave that energy and convinced people there into the house.
Yeah, it was like remember Chucky?
Yeah.
Right, Chucky. Like how that fool was when he was dying or whatever, he ended up transferring his fucking consciousness or whatever to the
Right.
doll,
Right.
to the Chucky doll. So like whatever's bad happened to those girls, they just attached themselves. It's like
So that energy.
yeah.
And I mean, I don't know,
Do
it
you
makes
have
sense.
anything to share?
Well, I've been listening to this book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil.
Okay.
And it's very interesting because, I mean, essentially you have no idea what happens whether you die, you know? You have no idea whether you're going to heaven or hell. And it talks about how that's actually like a lie used by church and religion to control people through fear. Because it's a thing that nobody has any certainty to. So if you have no idea what's the real answer, you look at faith or religion to give you that answer.
Well, I
And
want the
people
answer
tend
to what's going to happen after death.
Okay, well, let me keep going.
Right, right. Okay.
We're
By
not
the fear
talking
through
right
God,
now.
it's how they keep you-
Right.
It's how they keep you tamed by fear through God. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
God's
yeah.
gonna see you doing it, so you feel like, oh, I shouldn't
Yeah.
do it because
But
you
here's the
see
thing,
me. In
though.
reality, it's not.
It just goes deep into the thing where have you heard like the old Indian proverb that you have two wolves inside of you, one that's good and one that's bad? The only one that wins is the one that you feed. It kind of
Conscious,
goes
yeah.
back into that, you know what I mean? Like, all these things that are giving you fear is kind of saying that the devil does control the world, but that's only the physical world. When you die, you have no idea whether that's heaven or hell. But the moment that you're living in right now, if you're controlled through fear, if you're controlled through envy, if you're controlled through other impulses, it's kind of like saying that you're giving your control to your emotions, so therefore the devil controls you.
Right.
But the only way where you could fight against that is to just be somebody who has full control of his mind, somebody who knows what he wants, and somebody who knows how to get that. Because then you don't have
But
any
that's
like
wrong.
any
That's
mindset.
wrong. Because it
You
can't
haven't
be
read the
control.
book.
It can,
You haven't
but it
read-
can't be light. Everybody is good. The devil can't have so much superior.
Well-
It's not superior to that. So they don't ever control me. You know what I mean?
Here's the
And then,
thing,
like, the light.
Yeah.
The light. See that dark room? If I put a light in there, you'll see it.
Well, yeah.
But
that's
if it was light
electricity.
outside, I wouldn't see no dark.
So what's your point?
That light always wins. That the good of the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Of like what you're saying. Like that, everybody's good.
Well,
We're not gonna be like. We're not just like born bad. Like.
Well, no, I mean, it sums down to the thing that you blame like things like maybe poverty or misfortune and things like that, but it really says like those things are attracted depending on your mindset, you know? Like if you
Well,
you're
if you were
controlled,
to ignore those, you'd be broke, homeless, in the streets. So you have to pay attention to it. I have to eat. That's the equivalent to me going
Yeah.
out and hunting a deer and eating it or something. You know what I mean? Because I have to survive.
yeah,
Otherwise, I would just be. So I have to have those feelings. Those things have to happen.
Yeah.
And those are all things that naturally have to happen. Especially as us being educated civilization and the higher learning that we go on to that, we can't subdue ourselves to that.
well, the main point of the book was just to,
I just
Yeah,
get woke
he's
because I'm
saying that
hearing
if you
that.
think about, he's saying
I
that
know, but I can't
if you take
adhere to
if you believe that, then it's gonna outpower you and prevent you from doing anything. As if
But it's
you
being
overcome
controlled
it and not
by,
believe
but
it,
we're
then
being
you'll get
controlled
it done and
by
shit.
this negative force.
but here's the thing though,
You
so
could be,
it's saying that like,
you ever cry and be happy crying?
yeah,
Right.
I
So,
think
but
I'm
a lot
crazy
of times
at that point.
but a lot of times, no, but a lot of times we would
Yeah.
associate crying to something bad. What happened? You know what I mean? Versus like, oh, he's crying. He must be hella happy right now. So it's
Depends
already
how it
attracted
sounds,
to.
you know?
It
Yeah.
attracts already to a negative thing. But
Yeah.
that's my point is to say
Yeah.
like it's not that the Satan's controlling me or whatever because it's not controlling me. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I'm trying to.
I'm not attacking you, man.
I know you're not attacking me.
Yeah.
I know you're not attacking me, but I can't
Yeah.
believe that philosophy.
Okay, well here's the thing. Let me just further explain it. So it just calls that the devil controls you through methods called drifting or fear. Because once you start letting your mind be occupied by the thoughts of fear, you slowly start indulging in things like alcohol or cigarettes or eating too much, and you start giving away and you don't use your time and your energy productively, you know? And once you let your mind not be controlled by fear, once you're willing to do decisions that are hard even when you're facing fear, once you're willing to just be in full control of your mind, no matter your surroundings, who you're next to, there could be people who are very negative, but you stick your mindset to what you want. You don't really take any second chances or anything. You just go strictly for what you want, and you go all the way through. And then that's why it says that's why the rich people rule the world, because they know what they want from life. They know how to go after it, and life blesses them with all these things because they know they're putting out that energy, that they are not being controlled by their environments. They're the ones controlling their environments. And that's saying that's God pretty much taking over your mind, because initially when you're the one in control of your thoughts and you're not being controlled by lust, or you're not being controlled by greed or by wanting more, then you really know what's the meaning of life, because you're going after it and it's not because of chance. And when you let your mind just drift off, then that's when the devil, and in the book it describes it as the devil controlling you, because when you let your mind be controlled by fear, you slowly start doing things that you don't normally do. Or when you let your mind be controlled by not being productive, you start kind of wasting away, and that's why you end up either in poverty, or you end up having problems in your life, or it affects different aspects. And it kind of just goes into like.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
What's the name of the book? What's the name of the book?
Outwitting the Devil by
Outwitting the Devil.
Napoleon Hill, and this is not a paid sponsorship.
Okay, I just, you know what? I understand the whole concept of what that is. I just don't like associating it to that negative of a thing.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying, I guess, where I have the brain fart in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, like, instead of us putting that thought already in our mind, that's a negative thought. Already a negative thought. We've already associated that thought, to something negative, but we could just be like, let me embrace this thing, and say, okay, that is what's happening.
Yeah, you could always
and I gotta embrace it.
you know?
And then when you embrace it, you've actually opened the door to
overcome it
to the next doors. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to associate it with something negative like that.
No, it just does it for the extremeness that it's like a shock factor for the rest of the world. You know, it wouldn't be a good book with just like outwitting your negative thoughts. People would be like, okay, this feels upside down. So outwitting the devil, that's
I get
that's
it.
a good catchphrase.
Well, yeah, right. They're gonna use religion
sell.
they're gonna use religion to make some money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the shock factor, because
Right,
people anticipate the good and the bad, and the best way to make the king of the bad is to put the devil, because that's a negative thoughts in your mind.
Right. Yeah, I think then it's more of a metaphor, analogy kind of thing. Okay.
And it's all how you interpret it, you know?
Yeah. No,
Good book.
you're right though, man. That is, it's basically the energy you're putting out. You know what I'm saying? Like put out good, positive.
And that's kind of how I was with the mural, like
Right,
I
right,
wanted this, and it talks about like your other self is the side of you that's the positive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of negative thoughts, which is like, should I reach out to these people? I'm asking for something, and I'm just like trying to get these things going. I'm postponing projects that I should be doing, having clients waiting.
Yeah.
But the positive side of me says this is a great opportunity. You only have this chance to do it. Whatever sacrifice it takes, just jump into it. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna stay positive.
No.
I outwitted the devil with this mural.
Shout out to God.
Shout out to God. My name's Juan de Dios,
Well,
So are you religious though?
I'm spiritual.
What's the difference between
spiritual and
religion?
what's the difference?
Alright, so religious
We
would
get
be
it.
saying that I'm sticking to one religion in particular, right? But I kind of feel like the golden rule in our religion is treat people how you want to be treated. So that's just my spirituality, it's what you put out is what you get. Yeah.
Yeah. Righteous, the righteous path. The best you can be.
But it's just like the better outcome in life,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, so the homie, you're quiet now, dog.
I was fighting demons with the hot sauce.
You was having an interview.
The devil,
There's some
It's like all these negative
spiritual
thoughts,
warfare going on.
Have you read To Think You Grow Rich?
Yeah, I read
That's
that
another
book.
book from him, right?
Yeah. So the weird part about Outwitting the Devil is that it talks about a lot of things are actually happening now to the present day, and it describes it as like human nature and how society works. But he was scared to release this book back in the day because his wife said that like religion's gonna shame you for it. Like he went hard on religion, he went hard on the school system, every other aspect of life. He was just like like hammering down everybody who kind of like uses fear or manipulation to control the masses.
Right.
And because of that, his wife was scared to like publish it. And then when it got passed on to his kid, I think his kid's wife was also scared of publishing it. So it wasn't until like 2 generations down where like the family of the Napoleon Hill like enterprise just said like, you know what, we have a really good book, it needs to be sent to the public. And in 2016 is when it was released. That's like 70 something years after the man had written it or died. You know?
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of
Okay.
like hidden books.
So it's like a newer one.
So
yeah,
he,
it was
so
like
he,
in the
he
vault.
wrote that book.
It's like Tupac releasing mixtapes after he dies.
yeah.
You know? You got another one.
I
you
don't
know?
think
Yeah.
did he release mixtapes afterwards? I mean, Machiavelli and all that shit,
There were
right?
a bunch of like albums released just because.
Yeah.
his
But
family had it.
Biggie didn't do that shit, though, huh?
He wasn't as productive.
Right. He wasn't as good. But how old is the book? Did you say? How old was? When did he write it?
It was back like 72 years ago, before 2016. So
70 years. 70 years from
from
16.
2016, yeah.
Okay, I was like-
So boom.
So
So
like the
let's see.
40s and 50s.
Okay, so they found
Yeah.
the Dead Sea Scrolls in what,
Because
1947.
that's why I think he died in the 70s or something like that. Yeah.
But he has a book called Think You Go Rich, and that's the one I read. It kind of taught me a lot about business and how to like function and make moves.
And
But
that's
there's,
from
like, a whole
and that's
bunch
from
of
that
books
time.
The Art of War, the 40 Laws of Power.
So there's like a
all
book
those
like
kind of.
Think and Grow Rich, that's the new remodeled version. It's not written by Napoleon Hill, but what Napoleon Hill did was he interviewed the top richest people in the world to find out their mindset of how they got rich. There's another book by Tony Robbins called Money Master the Game, which he interviews like the top richest people worldwide, and he gets their mindset on how money works. It's kind of like him reinterpreting that to like the present day with like the stock market, how people use money to
Like
exchange it.
what you invest in, some terms.
Yeah, it's
It's more based off credit though. It's that people think that
It
I'm
is
rich
credit.
because I have money, but it's not rich when you have money. You're rich when you have debt because it's
No, when
used
you have
everybody's
assets,
credit.
right?
Yeah, but it's all based on credit that you're using.
And that's how you evade taxes, by having good debt.
What, the assets? Or what do you say?
Avoid
Credit.
taxes. So,
By having good credit?
Good credit
good
and-
debt. Yeah.
Oh, good debt.
So let's just say I have a business and
It's not.
I have a bunch of money that I owe for taxes. Instead of spending that money to pay the taxes, I could reinvest it into my business, which is something that kind of counteracts the taxes. So
And it's gonna
having
build your
good debt,
credit so
you
that
know,
they'll fund you, they'll lay you more bigger loans, and then
Right,
with
because
those
you're trying
bigger
to build
loans,
that.
you just-
it's turned into a business podcast.
From aliens to business.
We cover all
Mural
grounds.
I always want to talk
Loves
business, but it's kind of
business.
like people don't really come here that know business. so
No,
it's
no,
kinda like,
business
yeah.
is a good topic, you know.
No, yeah. I know. I mean, so if you get 28, right? It breaks down 4 ways. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to talk business. I'm messing with.
Breaks down 28 times, it sells 28 times
Yeah.
for $25 each.
See, what you do is you buy a pound of wheat, you know, and you divide that up into little grams. Then you inflate it and charge double per gram.
And that's why I learned like all the
Yeah.
importance of certain stuff in business was selling weed. Like
Oh, no,
I
that-
made sure that I had to have
That
my
was my
money to
Kickstarter.
re-up and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit, and make sure I didn't owe this person
Any,
that
any
money.
math I ever do is always related to selling
To
weed.
slinging, you know.
Yeah,
It's-
28 grams.
It shows you how to divide it up and
Yes.
count your money, you know. That's your margins right there when you flip it and inflate the budget, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But then everybody in the world started selling weed, and it was like,
Oh, gee, man, put me out of
They
business.
started saying other things.
Lost my clientele, you know.
that's how I feel
Terrible
about
moments.
t-shirts. Everybody makes t-shirts now. I'm like, fuck this game.
Hey, can y'all stop making t-shirts and shit?
For real.
Tell,
Put
tell
that
your
shit
people
down.
stop making
Sorry.
t-shirts. We're gonna grow.
Yeah.
We'll hook you up with
We're
a job. Don't trip.
business too.
Yeah, you
We're
guys
a
are the
local
titans of the
business.
city.
Yeah.
Taking over the
You're not
world.
any legendaries.
I mean, we can be.
No, you can't. I
Hold on.
Their businesses expand, you know. It's-
Well, what time you got? 9:42. What time we start?
It's 9:42.
It's about to be
An hour or
10.
two.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started
Um,
like around 8 though, huh?
around 8:20 or something like that.
Started late.
Well, I mean, I was tight. You know, we went left, we went right, we went here, there. We went into the spirit world and shit. But did you see something in the past?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't
We
like
went
the
to the
devil.
underworld and back.
We don't
you
like
know?
the devil. You gotta promote life. You know what I'm saying?
Napoleon Hill, man.
Yeah. No, my bad. I got triggered because we were pointing. I didn't want to accept the gift of that part of it and shit. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Very
I don't want it. I'm just playing around now. We got the homies out here from. Well, they all do art. They painted the mural on Main Street. If y'all haven't seen it yet, go down to Main. What is it, Main, Colorado?
So
Imperial.
Imperial.
1322 Main
yeah.
Street.
1322 Main Street, major cross streets, Main and Imperial.
Yep.
Across the street from Huddle and Soul Belly.
The
Right
Nevada
next
Book
to.
Club.
No, I'm just
In the
kidding.
Underneath.
Behind the alley hood, huh?
Shout out Nevada Brew Crew.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so if you guys want to do another shout out right now before we'll end
shout
it.
out my nephew, shout out my mama, shout out my brothers, shout out my barber, shout out Jesse. Shout out the people who make these flasks, you know, so they're very good for water.
Yeah.
Shout out Angelo, shout out Days.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having us here. Like, honestly, like, when you texted us, I was like, really? Okay, cool.
Shout out Legendaries.
Yeah.
Shout out to my sleep paralysis demon.
That's right, homie. I'll see you tonight. The funniest thing you said all
Yeah,
night.
see you tonight.
Yeah, he gonna pay you a visit and give you a shout out.
You better have that money I have, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Better have that money and shit.
He's like, I'm gonna let it slide. You give me a shout out. You give me publicity.
Yeah.
This time-
Hey, give me a week of sleep, homie. I
Hey,
need a
this
week.
time when I see him, he's gonna be like,
He's like,
Hey, you're
I'll
gonna see
let
a
you
shadow
sleep
guy like
tonight.
this?
Yeah, he's like, I saw
Yeah.
you on the news, right?
Yeah.
Good for
I'll let you
you.
sleep tonight.
Um,
Yeah. I guess, well, shout out to Legendaries, shout out to 2Cents, you guys, Angelo, Days, everything. You know, to everyone who contributed to the wall, Fuse, Sarah, Orlando, Justin, you for coming up with the idea. And
Shout me out,
yeah, like,
shout me
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Hey, shout me out. I'm right here, but shout me out. I can't do it.
we couldn't have done it obviously without you. So,
That's funny.
like, sometimes I like.
Shout out Melody. Yeah.
Thank you, Marie.
It got all like mistletoe and birds chirping and shit. Yeah, look at
the
that.
paint from the ceiling. You know?
Yeah, there must be too much fumes going on.
Yeah, and like, and shout out to our sponsors who helped us out. You know, Marshall Management Company, Innova, Mural Graphics. Yeah, like Tyler at Mural Graphics, he's always like super encouraging to the both
Shout
of
out
us.
Tyler.
Yeah,
The
thank you,
creator.
Tyler. You're always so supportive. And yeah, my dad. Oh, shout out to my dad. I fucking love my dad. He used to be a painter. He was in construction. He was in labor. He did everything, and he's super supportive towards my career. If we ever need like a wall rolled up or anything or any type of help, he's always there to help us. Like even on Saturday, like I forgot my business cards, and he
drove by to your
yeah,
house to
like
pick
I
them
live
up.
all the
Yeah.
way on fucking Russell and 215, and he went to get them and came all the way out here. He's like, here you go, because I know you're gonna need them, and he's very supportive. So yeah, thank you, Pop. I love you.
You gotta say it in Spanish.
Yeah, I
Gracias,
understand.
viejito. I love
No,
you.
the whole thing you gotta sit down.
I know, right?
You had it in the
Yeah.
wrong way.
Yeah, this is Telemundo English. Remember?
We'll put subtitles for your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
He
let
does
him-
like to watch it. He found out how to use YouTube, and all he watches is mass. It's church.
Oh,
watch
2
his
Cents
church.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he's
I'm
gotta
gonna
watch.
tell him now. Be like,
Put
you
it
need to
in
watch 2
Espanol.
Cents. Yeah.
If he watches it for a week, he's gonna be speaking English.
Yeah.
He's gonna know the street language.
Toys.
Calling
Yeah.
fools toys, you know how to serve up, you know what I mean, 28 grand. Like we're gonna put him on. He's gonna know politics. He's gonna know, you know what I mean, the light and the dark. And all that shit.
Life
Well,
changing.
shout out, $100 germ,
Out there.
$100 germ. For y'all my homies. Shout out Days. Shout out the homies right here and the ones that couldn't come for doing the mural. Shout out
Sarah.
Legendaries.
Shout out Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Shout out the Golden Knights.
Oh yeah,
Shout out
Vegas
Mark
Golden
Stone.
Knights.
We
Fuck
almost forgot
yeah.
about you.
Shout out to
Nah.
the winners.
and Mark Stone too.
Yeah, thank you, Mark
We
Stone.
are the
Shout
champions.
out Mark Stone.
That fool
Yeah.
went hard. He's like, I was like,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna strike on the face and shit. I was like it was close, huh? He was like, hey, he
Hold
looked
that
back.
one now, man.
He looked back as he was doing it, like, and then went this way and shit. Nah, just
You know 12 coming now.
yeah.
Shout out to Nate Irwell who got us all together and we got to
Yeah,
meet.
shout
you
out
know,
Nate. Shout out
Mark's
Abel
son.
for making this
Abel.
able.
Yeah.
Shout out Instagram for
Yeah.
letting us go live.
Shout out Montana 94 for using us.
Shout out the
using
bomb
us
hot
as
sauce.
We're just gonna
Okay.
keep going.
Shout out this camera equipment.
Shout out
can't
the
keep
big
up
lighter.
without it.
Yeah, shout out to Rick. Is it Rick Richard? Sorry.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, that's $100 germ. His 2 cents is worth $37
I don't know.
dollars and change.
That was.
I keep calling everybody Rick today. I'm sorry.
Rich
Shout out to
or
the
Rick?
other Ricks they should be calling Rick.
What? She's thinking about Rick, dog.
see my picture of you.
That's the future you.
No, but thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
No, but David, thank you guys for coming through. That was sick.
Yeah.
Great fucking idea. That was very, very strategic.
Thank
Yeah.
you, man.
You know, this is a dope interview. I appreciate you guys coming through. It's cool, you know.
Yeah, thank you for having
Let you
us.
know that's
Shout out all the
cool,
ugly
homie.
ducklings out there.
Hey, shout out. I want to shout out the shout out.
Shout out who came out with shout out. That's the real shout out, right? It wouldn't be possible without you. Guys. Shout you out.
Tomorrow
Napoleon
is
Hill.
no, next week's gonna be First Friday.
Next week.
Oh, so we'll have one more show then. Okay. You know, I used to like to shout out.
Shout out First Friday.
Our district, check us out. 2 Cents. We're done.
Just saying, we
And
out.
we out.
We out.
You are a toy!